Hello friends, today we're going to talk about how to lead a sales team. How do you lead a sales team? Well, by the end of this video, you'll have a comprehensive understanding of the leadership techniques that can transform your sales team's performance. Imagine leading a sales team that is not only motivated and productive, but also consistently surpassing their targets. Stay tuned, I'll show you exactly how to do that. Have you ever wondered why some sales teams consistently drive their teams to high performance where other teams struggle? What is it that certain leaders know that others don't? Today, we're going to uncover those leadership secrets and show you how to apply them to your own team. Let's first dive into understanding leadership as it applies to sales. Next, I'll cover how creating a vision and setting goals is crucial for sales team leadership. And finally, how having clear communication is vital to a sales team's performance, and understanding how to motivate and empower your team is just the icing on the cake to help lead them to success. If you're ready, let's go. Let's understand sales leadership specifically when it comes to leading a team. When you're first building and creating a team, they are looking to the leader on what to do and how to perform every single day when they show up. They look at that person as the staple and the example of what they should do. One of my favorite sayings is that people do not follow titles, but they follow individuals. Just because your title says leader or manager doesn't necessarily mean that people are always going to follow you. Because if you have that title and you're a jerk or you do stupid things, do you really think that people want to follow you? They might be obligated to do so, but deep down they're saying, I do not want to follow this person. And honestly, if you think about it, think about the great leaders in your life. What made them great leaders? What were traits and characteristics that they had that made you say, you know what? This is somebody who I will follow into battle. And if you think about the great leaders throughout history, regardless of what industry or where they came from, they had certain traits and characteristics that really made them stand out. So what's the role of a sales leader? I think one of the most important things that any leader can do is lead by example. If you're the type of person that says, listen, I'm not asking you to do anything that I've never done myself, I think that's a pretty powerful statement, because somebody can't say, listen, you've never done that. You've never put yourself in that situation. You're asking me to do that. How can you do that? So being able to say, I'm never going to ask you to do anything I haven't done myself is really powerful. And even in my own organization, when we've selected powerful team leaders to lead the next team that we're promoting or we're building, we usually choose from somebody who has excelled at sales before. If they have excelled in sales, we know that people will want to follow them, because if they've done well at sales, typically the people underneath them know that, and they know by following this individual that they can also do well at sales just by implementing the things that he or she has done in their own life. But one of the most important things when choosing a leader is they've got to be duplicatable, especially in sales. If you've got somebody you're elevating to a sales leader and they're not duplicatable, it's going to be extremely difficult to see the type of success that can lead a team to continued success when it comes to sales. Now let's talk about how goals and visions are vital to leading a team to success. Think about any organization you've been a part of. If that organization did not have a vision, they probably did not succeed at the type of level that they wanted or anybody expected them to. I've always believed a team without a vision is lost, or an organization without a vision is lost. There's no direction, there's no way forward, and this is even more important for sales teams. Creating a well thought out vision for the organization and the team is vital. Some of the most successful organizations out there have a mission statement or a company vision that they post publicly, and definitely within the organization that everybody can look to every single day. So if you want to model success after some of the most powerful organizations out there, consider putting together a company vision or a sales vision or a team vision or mission statement. And once you have that vision or that mission statement, you just then need to set goals. Just like a vision, a team without goals is just wishing for success. So one thing we do in our organization right now, when we ask a team to set a goal, we ask the team leader to go back to each individual person and state what they believe their goal is for the week, what they think they can no doubt hit. So they've got a goal that they can hit, and then we ask them to do maybe a little bit higher goal. And the team leader will compile the goals of each individual member of his team to put together a team goal. The team goal of what they should hit no matter what, and then maybe an elevated goal that if they push that much harder, they can hit. And if they hit the more enhanced goal, we give that team a little bit of bonus, whether it's lunch together or something else special we do for that team. So that's one way that we set goals, because not only does it give them a baseline of a vision vision of what they can do, of what they can hit as a team, but also gets them a little more incentive that if they can reach for that higher goal, that there's an extra bonus involved there. Finally, I want to touch on how effective communication can be crucial when leading a team, and also finish with a thought about empowering and motivating your sales team. Nothing is more frustrating than not having a clear communication channel for your sales team. If the metrics, the key performance indicators, or the goal are not clearly communicated to the team, the outcome is never going to be sufficient. And not having an outcome that can be pointed towards success, or at least an idea of where they need to improve, is extremely frustrating, not only for the team, but the leader who is leading that team. They might feel like a ship on troubled waters without any way to navigate towards a desired destination. They might feel that they hit the metrics and even the goal that was necessary for them. This team might feel like they accomplished something amazing, but if the communication had not been clear from the get-go, and it ends up being that they didn't hit the accomplishment they thought they did, and it might be viewed as a disappointment in the eyes of management, nothing can be more frustrating and nothing can create a bigger rift between a sales team and management, or a leader and his team, if it's not clearly communicated. You know, when I talk to a team, I like to ask additional questions and maybe even a restatement to make sure that the goals or the communication was clearly communicated to that team so they know exactly what is expected of them. A little extra time and energy in asking the right question can make all the difference in the world to motivating that team. I remember one time in my career, we had a gentleman that came and started working for us. He had worked for another organization. He felt like it wasn't clearly communicated of what was expected of him in the other organization. Even though he thought he was seeing success, he felt like every single time that he showed up, that what he was doing wasn't sufficient for management or the company to be excited about. And that really got him down. Every single week, every single month, he felt like he was falling short after his communication with the management or the organization, even though he was doing what he thought was expected of him. Well, he showed up to our organization and he eventually progressed towards a team leader role where he was leading a team, and it was very well communicated what we expected from him, what success looked like, and he really started to thrive. He actually became one of our very most successful team leaders in the history of our organization. All because one organization didn't clearly communicate with him, and we really did. And I've really seen this. If communication is clear, a lot of time that gives a path forward of what success looks like. And I'm not saying it's a perfect model, but more times than not, when a team has a clear path for success, they know exactly what's in front of them and what they have to do to hit it. And after you clearly communicate with the team, I think if you empower them to say, listen, I believe in you, feel free to have some autonomy to do certain things in your organization. I'll even give you a budget of incentive money because you know your reps better than I do. Why don't you go ahead and you put together some plans and some incentives that will really drive your team. And when they feel empowered like that, they're even much more motivated to take matters into their own hand and really elevate their team. You know, one quick story just to finish. We had an individual in our organization who was not very good at sales, became a team leader, one of our best team leaders. And this was somebody who continuously kicked off team leaders from his team because he knew the vision. He was empowered to elevate his team members to higher levels to where they wanted to become team leaders themselves, just like him. And eventually he had so many team leaders come off his team that we created a division under that sales rep. And he thrived for our organization for many, many years. Now, these are things that we've done in our organization that have seen success and been great for us, but I'd be interested in what you've done, what you've seen that really lead a sales team. So please comment below. Let's engage in a dialogue. And as always, just for stopping by, I've got a free gift for you. It's our Sales and Persuasion course. It's a 10-module course. We normally offer it for $1,000. It's what we've used to train all of our sales reps, but it's 100% free. Just click on the link below, aaronsalestraining.com. No obligation. Once again, thanks for stopping by. Have an awesome day.